Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We're going to be talking about silver today, but first off, I want to point something out. This article that we're going to be talking about is out of news.bitcoin.com. I want you to think about that for a second here. Look, first off, people that are into precious metals are also into cryptocurrency. And actually, so not everybody from precious metals are into cryptocurrency, but just about everybody that's in cryptocurrency is into precious metals. Why? Because there are human beings around the world that know that there's something wrong with the money system and they want something real tangible. They either want something that has to be mined out of the ground and there's only so much of it, or they want something that's mined from a computer and the code says, hey, sorry, we're not just gonna fake it. We can't fake it. The code says we can't fake it. We want something tangible, something real, something that we know is finite. All right, so first off, that's my little soapbox. I just want to explain that. So another thing too, I'll be at the Silver Symposium next week. I'm going to put a link in the comment section below if you guys want to attend. If you guys want to go big investing in real estate, then that's how you do, or real estate. What am I, the real estate ninja? In silver, go and learn from the pros. I'm also going to put a link to my private broker, my personal broker. If you are looking to buy substantial sizes of metal, this is sort of your personal broker, someone that does everything from soup to nuts, and then I'll also have a link for online purchases if you guys, you know, some people that I do business with, okay? Sorry for all that. This is a big deal. It says, an analyst says, if silver dips below $18, precious metal could get absolutely smoked. This is a Morgan Report founder expects a supply crunch. Morgan Report? That's actually David Morgan. He's a friend of mine. He is incredible. And when I say a friend, I do not say that lightly. David Morgan, the silver guru. I actually got to meet him before I ever started a YouTube channel, and he befriended me. Is such a kind man, but so amazingly intelligent, and he is going to be the keynote speaker at the Silver Symposium. It says right here, and just so you know, guys, I believe that silver is actually going to get smoked in price. So stick around. I'm going to explain it because nobody in the industry likes to talk to me. But the truth is, it's happened before. It's going to happen again. But there's something you need to know about the difference between physical and paper. All right. It says, while gold's been teetering along just at under $1,750 per ounce, the price of silver has dropped considerably, sliding 2.3% in value against the US dollar during the last 24 hours. Silver has lost more than 28% against the dollar during the last 165 days, or since March 8th, 2022. Despite lower prices, David Morgan, the founder of the Morgan Report, believes silver is expected to see a supply crunch in 10 years' time. Morgan thinks silver will be one of the best investments in a decade. Okay, so let me back up. First off, I agree with David. Secondly, silver, if you would have bought it in 2019, early 2020, you'd be still doing absolutely great. On a percentage basis, you'd be doing great. But people like to look at the very short time periods. All right, I get that. Do I believe paper silver is going to get completely smashed? Yes, I do. Why? Because I believe the stock market's going to get completely annihilated sometime in the next 6 months. You're going to see, and this isn't financial advice, trading advice. I'm not a financial advisor, a financial professional. I'm just an investor. And I believe that you're going to see massive downward pressure because I do listen to the pros. And I've been an investor since the year 1998, right? And I've seen these ebbs and flows. I've seen these swings. Well, when the stock market sells off, so does paper metal. But the problem is supply. Everybody dives into the physical coins and the actual, the price over spot goes sky high. And then you have supply shortages. So it's like, well, are you saving a buck by waiting? Or are you buying now when the price over spot is relaxed? And then you wait to watch all the chaos and try and pick up some more then. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's very hard to get at that point. So here's the thing. David Morgan insists the industrial side alone is probably going to take all the silver. During most of 2021 and the second half of 2022, many investors have been focused on assets like gold and Bitcoin. Silver, on the other hand, has not performed as well, with both silver spot prices and silver mining stocks have underperformed the S&P 500. In 2022, an ounce of fine silver managed to reach a high of $26.46 per ounce during the second week of March. On March 8th, 2022, gold price hit a new lifetime high as it traded above the 2,070 range. So that was super hot. Well, they've obviously came back. But again, remember, why did they come back? It was because the stock market had a pullback, right? It didn't do anything with demand. Demand for silver is at an all-time high. Why? Because every day there's more and more inventions being made, patents being pulled. There's more and more use for silver because as also the price wanes, some mining in some of the mining sector starts to slow down, right? And so there's less of it coming out of the ground, there's less of it being recycled, and demand keeps gobbling up in industrial uses like solar panels. In just the last 2 years, to say that the use and the understanding of why you want solar on your roof has exploded is an understatement, right? Well, every time a new panel comes on, silver's got to be used, right? Every time a water filter gets made, a high-end water filter, silver needs to be used. You got to think that every single time that a new electric car comes off the line, it needs more silver. Every single time you buy one of these, it needs silver. Silver, without silver, you cannot have a cell phone. You literally cannot move that much power needed around that phone to do what it does without silver. It has the highest amp to melt ratio of any metal on earth. As a matter of fact, silver is the keystone, the guide stone. It is what is used as the example that all other metals, when it comes to electric conductivity, is actually held by. I don't even know how to say that, but you know what I'm saying. It's the golden guidon. I don't know. It's the standard, right, for electrical conductivity. People think it's gold, but gold is just a cleaner frequency. But you don't use gold like you'd use silver, all right? So it says here on August 19th, Morgan discussed the silver value with Kitco. And what he said here, let me get to it, I just lost it. He said this, and I quote, "Silver would be the first element on the periodic table that would be in such short supply, and that a few years back," Morgan detailed, "just the industrial side alone is probably going to take all silver available at some point in time, period," end quote. Now, let me explain something else. USGS actually let out a report in 2006, I believe it was a leaked, got out there, and it actually said that they believe, in their professional opinion, the US Geological Survey, that silver will be the first element on the periodic table to go extinct, to actually be gone. That they're just gonna, don't worry about it, we don't need it anymore. Not that we don't need it, but we don't need it on the table anymore. It's just, it's going to be extinct. Joking, it's gonna be on the table, but you know what I'm talking about. The facts are, there's only so much silver available in the ground to use, and I wanna say it was 2015, 2016, David, don't knock me for this one, is when we went from a silver producing world, right, to net, like a deficit, where the Silver Mining Council actually came out and said, look, we went from producing a little bit more than what we needed around the world for production to now we're in a deficit. We actually produce, we pull less silver out of the ground than we need. So we're going to recyclers and all kinds of other means to be able to get that silver to use in our electronics around the world. So I want people to think about that. This is a very big deal. Silver is my absolute number one investment. Again, not financial advice. I do vault gold because I believe gold is a great store of value versus inflation over long hauls of time. Silver is my massive speculative play. I also love cryptocurrencies. I have lots of cryptocurrencies, but right now I believe that we are about to see, first off, a dip, but it doesn't matter if you're buying physical because watch what happens to the premiums. And then we're going to see a rocket ship, a multi-year, probably close to a decade bull run in silver. Very similar, actually, I'm gonna say not similar to what we saw in 2008, because when it bottomed in 2008, when Lehman Brothers crashed, the price bottomed a month after it disappeared. It went on a tear and it went parabolic, like in the multi-hundreds of percent, topped out right at 50. I believe this one is going to take it much, much higher. Again, that's not financial advice. It's just food for thought. All right, guys, that being said, I've got the links below of people that I've worked with. If you want to buy silver, it's not financial advice. It's just what I'm doing. But also, biggest thing, don't put more money into any investment that you're not willing to let sit, because if the price dips and you need it for something else, then you're bummed and you're either selling it at a loss because you're mentally shot and you're going, I'm screwed. And then you miss out on the opportunity later on. So if you're going to buy something, just nibble at something. Just be at peace and then have cash on the side for other opportunities. All right, guys, that's what I do. It's worked well for me, and trust me, I learned that the hard way. All right, guys, that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.